can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody, look, y'all, I'm taking this hair out finally, right? I'm taking it out, but I didn't want to look a hot mess coming on here, so I got it like a little something, like a little bob or something. So don't talk about my hair, okay? I'm coming to bring you guys some stuff, okay? Just forget about the hair. Just pay attention to the stuff I'm bringing about, okay? You say, well, you wasn't expecting that, y'all. Let me tell you, before I get started, I want to tell you what happened, right? Remember I went to go do that gig thing, right? I went to the gas station to do the gig thing. You know, they had me down for merchandise, you know, fixing up the merchandise inside the store and all that, right? Y'all, guess what those people did? Guess what those people did? They had me outside in that pollen, and I'm allergic to pollen, right? They wanted me to clean gas pump, y'all, gas pump cleaning, okay? And there was so much pollen out there, okay? I said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to do it to my best ability. I'm going to do it like I'm doing it for you, Lord, and all that, right? So then I went in there. I said, can I get a mask? And look, can I get a mask? Can I get some gloves? And so the lady said, sure, right? So I get the mask, get the glove, and I'm like, okay, I can do this now, y'all. I can do this. Get out there. Started hawking and sneezing and all this kind of stuff. And I got this big old stupid mask on my face. And I'm cleaning the gas pump, wiping the pollen off and all that, y'all. You know, I felt it's not beneath me to do that. You know, this is a girl, got 3 masters, and I'm out there cleaning gas pump, okay? Cleaning the trash can and all that. But, you know, I said, you know, Lord, I'm doing it to my best ability, right? I'm supposed to be out there for 4 hours. Like, y'all, by the time 2 hours hit, I was like, I can't do this. My eyes was getting puffy, and I was like, oh, I cannot do this. I go inside, y'all. They got the 2 black people outside cleaning up, and then the white folks, they got inside, they're doing the merchandise. I said, you know, let me get the heck on out of here. So I left. I signed out, and I left. And y'all, I'm not one that to do the little race thing. I don't do the race thing, but you know what, y'all? That was a race thing right there. That was a race thing. But I'm going to leave it alone. But I'm cool. I'm cool. So I came home and I said, let me go ahead on and show my footage. So y'all, Let me tell y'all better hit the Cash App today. Y'all better hit the super chat. You better hit all kind of fundraising, okay? Because your girl did not stay out there. She couldn't handle it anymore. So you guys hit my Cash App, hit my super chat, hit my Venmo, hit my Zelle, hit it. Let it ring. But anyway, that is my little story. I'm gonna stick with it. But let's go ahead on. I'm going to start off with them coming into the courtroom, right? Defendants coming into courtroom, and then I'm going to move along, and then what you guys been waiting for, the one where she's talking about little baby putting a ticket on somebody's head. You guys gonna hear that in a few minutes. But let me go ahead on and put up the one where the defendants are coming in, and let me put my little overlay on. So, folks, if you come in here to steal my stuff, make sure you give me credit, please. Shout out to SETI for giving me my credit. Shout out to DJ Academic for giving me my credit. I shout out to them. Shout out to Spade, something Spade. Shout out to all those that has integrity and gave me my credit for working hard out there for you guys. All right, let's go ahead on and bring that in there. All right, ready? Thugger Daily, shout out to Thugger Daily. Thank you. shout out to everybody that gave me my credit. Shout out to them. But here we go. And you guys gonna hear it. You guys can record it. Just make sure you give me my credit, okay? Just give me my credit. Shout out to Alley Cat. Just give me my credit. I don't care if you guys use my stuff, but just give me my credit, okay? That's all I want. I'm not gonna go after anybody. Just give me my credit. Just give me a shout out, okay? All right. Because let me tell you, your girl's going to go do the Diddy's thing. And I need you guys to be like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Here we go. You like my hair like this? Y'all like this? I think I'm going to keep it like that. Hold on.
Court can order remain seated.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna stop in between it. Listen, when this is when the guys are coming in, and Viveritto did ask for us not to videotape her. So the video with her talking about the little baby, that one, I'm just gonna put her silhouette, her what's the name, overlay over it, because we don't want no hiccups on that one, because I think they might have like slipped up a little bit, but we're not gonna show that, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys forewarning. If you see that I don't put it up, that's the reason why. That's why I didn't put it up yesterday. I had to, look it over before I decide to put it up, okay?
I'm serious. We're missing a point here.
Okay, that's them coming in. We're going to remove that one. Let me take it off the stage and remove it from studio. Okay, now this is when Viveritto is asking for us not to show her.
can finish up your direct examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor, but before I do, Investigator Viveritto has asked that I request that she not be filmed. There have been Rule 22s that were filed in advance of today's hearing, and she says that not only does she sometimes operate in an undercover capacity, but just given her knowledge of the organization that is involved in this case, she has concerns for her safety, and she would prefer that she not be filmed by cameras.
Okay, I don't have any problem with that. So just don't film anybody on the witness stand, okay? But everything else is fine. I have your Rule 22. It's been signed and filed. We're in good shape on that. But please do not film our witness. Thank you. All right, you may proceed, sir.
Okay, the state calls Investigator Marissa Viveritto to the stand. I'll go get her out of the back.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the camera this part up just in case. I don't know what this guy did, so I'm gonna just in case, y'all. Just in case.
Ms. Guest.
Yes, Your Honor.
You okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Just in case. I don't want no hiccups. I don't want nobody accidentally showing her. I am not the camera person, but I don't know what they have, what they don't have.
All right, can we swear our witness?
Go ahead and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony about to give the court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Go ahead and have a seat for it. Change it to state, spell the first name, last name for the record.
Marissa Viveritto, Marissa Viveritto.
Oh, I spelled her name wrong. I had two T's.
Viveritto,
Ooh.
where we left off, you said that you started your investigation into this matter following the June 29th, 2024 murder of Devontae Turner, also known as the moniker Fred. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, and this investigation began with your looking at a certain Instagram page, and whose was that?
The Instagram page belonged to Keontae Sanders, also known as Midnight.
Okay. And while looking at that page, you found some direct message communications, one of which showed a disappearing message between Mr. Sanders and somebody named Mr. Smith.
Once I received his Instagram returns back, yes.
Okay, and what did that message consist of?
It was a photo that Mr. Smith had taken of himself, but had put the word J-Shot across it and sent it in the disappearing message mode.
All right, this is what's coming up now is already admitted into evidence. Is this the message that was sent?
It is.
And so that was Martavius Smith sent that to Mr. Sanders.
He did.
All right, now, what was significant about that to you?
I knew that J-Shot or John Smith was a close associate of the leader of 4PF, Dominique Lil Baby Jones.
And 4PF, as you testified already, was a gang that you recognized as being in a rivalry with the Goodfellas, and in particular, the only My Family subset of the Goodfellas?
And their associates, yes.
Okay. And how did you know this about John J. Shot Smith, that he was a member of 4PF?
He can be seen out there on his Instagram. He can be seen pictured with Mr. Jones. He frequents the area where the homicide occurred as well. He's filmed a music video out there.
All right. So the music video.
You know who they talk about, Mr. Jones? That's Dominique Jones, and you know who that is, right? That's Little Baby. That's who they're talking about, okay? For those who don't know who she's talking about Little Baby, Dominique Jones.
Video, is that something that you've seen?
It is.
Where'd you see it?
I believe it was on the YouTube account belonging to Mr. Smith.
Okay, and did you obtain a copy of that video?
I did.
Did you provide me with a copy of that before the hearing today?
I did.
Okay. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
Investigator Viveritto, I'm going to hand you a couple of discs, compact discs, that have been collectively labeled for purposes of identification as State's Exhibit G. Can you please take a look at these two discs? Do you recognize those?
I do.
How do you recognize them?
These should be the discs containing the music videos that I downloaded.
Okay. And those are the music videos that you just testified to downloading depict John J. Smith?
Yes.
And one of these music videos depicts John J. Smith at the incident location?
Yes, in 2022, he filmed a music video at the incident location.
And that's 1043 Sparks Street?
Yes.
So the video files that are written to those two compact discs, are they exact digital copies of the video files that you downloaded from that YouTube account?
Yes, there are no alterations.
All right, so they haven't been altered or manipulated
No.
in any way?
No.
All right. At this time, the state moves to the admission of Exhibit G.
Mr. Tevez, any objections?
I would just object on relevance grounds. I don't know, there's been a lot of stuff that we've heard that has nothing to do with any of these individuals, so I didn't hear how this is going to be relevant. I have an objection on that ground.
Okay. Ms. Guest?
Yes, Your Honor, we, on behalf of Mr. Hollis, join the objection as it pertains to relevance of the said video.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Regis?
I'll join.
Okay, Ms. Stewart? All right, and I'll overrule y'all. I think there is a thread that is leading us somewhere, so for now, it's admissible. Over objection.
All right, and permission to publish a brief clip of that video, Your Honor.
Granted.
All right.
We're gonna play a
Now,
video.
Investigator Viveritto, if you'll look at the, there we go, at the monitor in front of you. Is this the music video that you were referring to?
I'd have to see the title of it.
This beat go crazy.
J Shot Who Want Problems music video?
Yes, that's the one I'm referring to.
All right. And there are certain shots of this video that are at the 1043 Spark Street location?
Yeah, one just flashed on the screen.
Okay, so we've already seen a portion of that then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you saw this video, and then you saw that the artist that's depicted in this video, John J. Smith, was also the person depicted in the disappearing message. And on what day was that message sent?
Sent on June 30th. I believe it was read on July 1st.
Okay, so on seeing that message.
All right, now you guys, y'all ready? Y'all ready for that part that I've been trying to show you guys? Y'all ready? You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Y'all ready to take notes of what she said? That I was not lying, because folks be trying to play me saying, oh, we want to see proof of it because we don't believe you. But I'm about to play the part where she talking about Lil Baby putting tickets on somebody's head. Y'all ready? Here we go. I like how y'all do that. Put in, yeah, we're ready. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Mr. Sanders, the wiretap target, an unidentified gentleman that goes by the name Unk, or he's being referred to as Unk.
I'm going to object to this slide again. If they're about to play the call, but her conclusions and her interpretation is not the evidence.
Well, I think she was just identifying who was on the call, so I'm going to overrule. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on that, a bunch of these folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Viveritto is gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
What's going on?
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Did y'all hear her? The guy didn't say it. She said it. The guy said them people. He didn't say who them people is. She said Dominique Jones, who is AKA Little Baby. I'm going to replay it again for y'all, and I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to shut up, and you guys go ahead and listen to it, okay? I'm going to shut up. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all ready? You said case is over. Mara says the case is over. Here we go. I'm just going to play it and you guys listen. Oh, my watermark. Sorry. My watermark needs to go up. Sorry, y'all. My watermark needs to go up. Too late. They look, as long as they give me my credit, y'all better give me my credit, period. I'm not playing with y'all. Better give me my credit. Don't come in here stealing my stuff and not giving me my credit. Here we go.
Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. I'm telling you what's going on. But then,
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones had wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
you see way farther with the young niggas.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody been calling me. They been trying, like, that one ain't been telling nobody. They were like, I'm like, nah, look, I'm telling my little partner out there, he like, I'm like, nah, just chill. Like, when he door over, I'm gonna show a nigga how to move on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just do what y'all do. Y'all do what y'all do. Just keep the pressure on. Nah, nigga gotta make that shit dead serious. You know what I'm saying? Then they were gonna get his attention, bro. Like, all that frivolous ass shit, that shit ain't gonna get his attention. Nah, hell no, you gotta do something to get his attention, bro. You gotta send the motherfucker his way for real, for real.
Yep.
Who was that speaking that said all that right there?
Mr. Sanders.
All right. And given the other calls that you had heard during this wiretap, what was he referring to there?
He was referring to the violence that was taking place back and forth between the two sides.
Okay.
Your Honor, for purposes of the record, can we just get timestamps of whatever these happen?
Yes. All right, moving on to 12 minutes and 37 seconds into call number 2357.
Only him. And I'm finna tell you something I just got whooped for too, right? I'm for me finna pick somebody up about them two little boys in Oakland City.
Who just said that about the two little boys in Oakland City?
The call party.
Did they just laugh about those two little boys?
Okay. Is that Unk?
Unk, yes.
All right.
Little boys in Oakland City.
I don't know that about that.
That shit, that wicked ain't it?
Yeah, but this shit be shit, I'm telling you.
One thing about it, you know like I know, but I'm crooked not to let them children go out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you know how this shit go, bro.
That shit weird. That's what I said. So that's what I've been doing tonight.
Yeah.
Like last night, I got down one.
All right. Was that the extent of the relevant portions of that call?
Yes.
All right. Now, you next identified a call 3999.
Yes.
What was the date and time of this call?
July 29th. I can't remember the exact time.
All right. With the timestamp or the titles of the actual sound files, yeah, it just has the date of the call. But so you don't recall the exact time, but do you know the parties to the call?
I believe it was another unknown, unidentified male that we're unable to identify, and Mr. Sanders.
Okay. Go ahead and play that call starting at 5 minutes and 27 seconds into it.
Well, what's up, my brother? What's going on, T-Doe? Soon, you know what I'm saying? Don't hear you, but shit, right?
There we go, starting at 5:26.
Right. Yeah, but get what though, bro? You know that shit gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Man, it go. Well, yeah, that shit gonna come out, right? So you know, I'm just sitting back waiting on me. So I don't talk. Yeah. I'm pulling up about that. Cause I want to let them niggas know, like, hey, look, you know, I'm coming about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like no quick, no answer right there, but I'm coming. about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was that. But you know, Lee saying he's trying to lead every day. He calling me like, hey, look, bro, I'm trying to spin. You know what I'm saying? So he on right. You know what I'm saying?
Who was that was made the remark about trying to spin?
Mr. Sanders said that Lee calls him every day saying he's trying to spin, he's trying to spin.
Lee, who's that?
Ali Caldwell.
Okay.
Objection and speculation.
If I may ask further questions, Your Honor, can I clarify?
All right, just hold on one second. Rephrase, and then we'll see if Mr. Tevis has another objection.
Were you, during your investigation, did you ever determine or identify anyone that went by the moniker Lee?
Yes,
And who was that?
Mr. Ali Caldwell.
Did you find anybody else that went by that moniker?
No,
All right, that's an associate of the people that were involved in the SOMAF gang.
no.
Okay, and how did you determine that Mr. Caldwell, Ali Caldwell, went by the moniker Lee?
I've known that for a long time, but during the course of this investigation, we'll later listen to a call where Mr. Sanders calls Ali Caldwell and tells him that here people were trying to do things to Lee. And that's referenced after he says, I'm going to make a call to handle it. He calls the person and tells them, you're not going to touch Lee, in reference to Ali Caldwell. So we knew that that's how he would refer to Ali Caldwell.
So you actually heard a conversation between the two men where Ali Caldwell was referenced by the moniker Lee.
Right, and Mr. Sanders referencing with other people the name Lee in reference to Ali Caldwell.
So in this call that we did, the portion of which we just listened to, 3999, Mr. Sanders said that he spoke with Lee every day and Lee was trying to spin.
Correct.
What does that mean, spin, trying to spin?
Objections, calls for speculation.
No, she's been qualified as a gang expert. She can answer.
Judge, there's no even foundation. This is a gang term. I mean, what we're getting is we're getting a slide where the state and the witness have clearly gotten together to talk about what she's going to testify to, and everything we've heard so far is speculation. If they want to play the calls, we can continue this 20 more times and listen to the calls, but she can't get up here and say what these people are talking about and that this person, Lee, means this person who's sitting at the table. That is speculation. It's nothing to do with her gang expertise.
Well, Your Honor, I did play the call and we heard the spin. That has nothing to do with the
That's the
slide.
evidence.
She's been qualified as a gang expert. She can say if she thinks that's a term used by the gang. She's already said she believes it's your client on the call. So I'm going to allow her to answer the question.
All right, go on, Investigator Viveritto. What does trying to spin mean?
Shoot something, or they'll say, I want to feel like I want to spin, we need to go shoot up a location.
Wait a minute. Since when spin means go shoot up a location? Y'all, when y'all say you're going to spin around the block, that means you're going to go shoot up a location? I'm lost, y'all. I'm seriously lost. Since when spin means... Oh my God. Don't say spin, y'all. Don't say spin. Don't say spin because they're going to have you in a wiretap and they're going to say that you're going to go shoot up some stuff when you say spin. I don't mean to laugh, but that is ridiculous. Wow.
Or spin the block, meaning to go shoot a location or a series of locations.
Okay. All right, so then at some point you went up on a wiretap involving, and this was subsequent to the wiretap of Mr. Sanders involving Mr. Altavius Jackson.
Yes,
Yes, Les. Spin is subjective. It can mean so many things. Absolutely. That is a fact. It can mean it's so many different things. It's subjective. It's not one, and it could be speculation too.
On July 30th, we began to intercept the calls on Mr. Jackson's cellular device.
All right. And what was the evidence, or what did you find that led to your seeking and obtaining an order allowing the interception of communications on his phone number?
Mr. Jackson would speak with Mr. Sanders regarding a variety of different gang issues, as well as the call 817 that you heard referring to what we believe to be the incident at 1043 Spark Street.
Okay. Now, as you went about this wiretap investigation, what were some of the methods that you employed to identify the numbers that the men, your two targets, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Sanders, to identify the...
But she said spin mean to shoot up, shoot up, shoot up. Wait a minute. Should I rewind that, what she said on that one, y'all? Can I just rewind it just one bit for a second? Just a little bit. I just want to make sure I heard what she said. I just want to hear it, okay? Sorry. I know this is us learning, okay? I hope you guys don't mind this, and it could be irritating for some people, but right now I want to hear what she said, what the spin is. Because, hold on.
No.
Okay, and how did you determine that Mr. Caldwell, Allie Caldwell, went by the moniker Lee?
I've known that for a long time, but during the course of this investigation, we'll later listen to a call where Mr. Sanders calls Ali Caldwell and tells him that here people were trying to do things to Lee. And that's referenced after he says, I'm going to make a call to handle it. He calls the person and tells them, you're not going to touch Lee, in reference to Ali Caldwell. So we knew that that's how he would refer to Ali Caldwell.
So you'd actually heard a conversation between the two men where Ali Caldwell was referenced by the moniker Lee.
Right, and Mr. Sanders referencing with other people the name Lee in reference to Ali Caldwell.
So in this call that we did, the portion of which we just listened to, 3999, Mr. Sanders said that he spoke with Lee every day and Lee was trying to spin.
Correct.
What does that mean, spin, trying to spin?
Objections, calls for speculation.
No, she's been qualified as a gang expert.
He said Lee's trying to spin. So that means he's trying to shoot up? Yeah, you understand what I'm talking about? Why I have a little bit difficult. He said Lee is trying to spin.
Bert, she can answer.
Judge, there's no even foundation. This is a gang term. I mean, what we're getting is a slide where the state and the witness have clearly gotten together to talk about what she's going to testify to, and everything we've heard so far is speculation. If they want to play the calls, we can continue this 20 more times and listen to the calls, but she can't get up here and say what these people are talking about and that this person, Lee, means this person who's sitting at the table. That is speculation. It's nothing to do with her gang expertise.
Well, Your Honor, I did play the call and we heard the spin. That has nothing to do with the
That's
slide.
the evidence.
She's been qualified as a gang expert. She can say if she thinks that's a term used by the gang. She's already said she believes it's your client on the call. So I'm going to allow her to answer the question.
All right, go on, Investigator Viveritto. What does trying to spin mean?
Shoot something, or they'll say, I want to feel like I want to spin, meaning to go shoot up a location, or spin the block, meaning to go shoot a location or a series of locations.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I never knew spin means shoot up something. I never knew that. Okay. Some of you guys are in this chat saying that spin means shoot up. I've never heard that. Okay. But I'm not a gang member either, so I don't know. I've never heard that. I've never heard it. I'm sorry. Those who disagree with me, that's fine. But I personally never heard of spin mean to go shoot up. I've never heard that. I've never heard that. So, but I'm not a gang member. So, okay.
Okay. All right, so then at some point you went up on a wiretap involving, and this was subsequent to the wiretap of Mr. Sanders involving Mr. Altavius Jackson.
Yes, starting July 30th, we began to intercept the calls on Mr. Jackson's cellular device.
All right. And what was the evidence, or what did you find that led to your seeking and obtaining an order allowing the interception of communications on his phone number?
Mr. Jackson would speak with Mr. Sanders regarding a variety of different gang issues, as well as the call 817 that you heard referring to what we believe to be the incident at 1043 Spark Street.
Okay. Now, as you went about this wiretap investigation, what were some of the methods that you employed to identify the numbers that the men, your two targets, Mr. Jackson and Mr. Sanders, to identify the people that were associated with the numbers they were calling?
We had a lot of success with looking through Instagram records where people would provide their phone numbers. We had a bunch of law enforcement resources that we could use to find subscriber information for who belongs to a certain phone number. And based on some of the context of some of the calls, also in real time, observing people doing surveillance, say, hey, I'm doing this, and putting eyes on them doing it.
So here on slide 46, is this one such example of when you found a number on Instagram?
Correct.
All right, whose number is this?
That's a number for Traydon Crawford, and you'll see he provides that number to a female in his Instagram records.
And on what day does he provide that number to a female on his Instagram records?
July 1st of 2024.
And is that July 1st at what time now?
Probably
Like 6:06 p.m. maybe?
right around then, yes.
All right, and that number was 404-539-4681?
Correct.
And whose number is this right here?
That's Ali Caldwell, and you'll see he again is providing that number to a female in his Instagram records on May 29th of 2024.
And so this is a direct message that he sent to a female.
Correct.
What was Mr. Ali Caldwell's Instagram moniker?
I'm Just Lee.
Okay, and how do you spell that?
IMJUSLEE.
And the phone number that he provided, that he transmitted to that female was 404-906-6297?
Yes, that's one of the numbers associated with Mr. Caldwell.
All right, now, as you continue with your wiretap investigation, did you, I believe you mentioned this already, there were a couple of calls involving Mr. Ali Caldwell concerning a text message conversation that had been intercepted?
Yes.
All right, and I'll just go ahead and play those calls. Those were 4293 and 4292 and 4293?
Yes.
Okay.
Yo, what you doing?
All right. I'm going to go to the next call. Okay, y'all. Hold on. I'm going out of order, so please excuse me because I didn't label it the right way, so please forgive me.
Leader Dominic Jones, in a historical photo that was taken at the crime scene, and that's Elijah Payton's driver's license photo.
Okay, this is little baby, y'all.
Messages here that were exchanged between the two men.
It's just Mr. Thomas. I think there was a bit of an issue with Mr. Turner's family, and he's talking about the family maybe a little upset with Mr. Thomas.
Okay.
And Mr. Sanders saying that he'll handle it.
All right, now who, the participants in this message, direct message that you obtained, who are they?
This is Richard Hollis sending a message at 2:15 a.m. to Mr. Thomas asking for his phone number.
2:15 a.m. on what day?
July 2nd.
Okay. And what was the significance of this?
Hold on. Tread said yes, she does not want to be recorded. That's why I'm trying to make sure that the camera guy didn't pick her up. I didn't pick her up on the audio, but that's why I'm going in and out, putting this like the overlay on here because she doesn't want to be recorded from the court, at the witness stand. So I'm trying to make sure that she's not shown. Okay. This is not a trial yet, Les. This is a pre-indictment hearing that they haven't. It's not a trial yet. But it's supposed to be the people that are opposite of Lil Baby's alleged gang. These are the ones that allegedly shot those little boys, those teenagers.
Correlation in time to the murder, with it being maybe a little bit less than 2 hours, and the fact that Mr. Hollis was, we know, on scene from his phone, and him reaching out to Mr. Thomas in the middle of the night.
Okay. And here, this looks like it's from the same program that you used when you depicted Mr. Caldwell's call logs. What are we looking at here? Where did you find this?
This was a forensic extraction from Mr. Reginald Thomas's phone. And when I did a query for the number for Mr. Hollis, I could see that it was entered in the phone in some form or fashion on May 8th of 2024.
Okay. So you found that Mr. Hollis's phone number, Mr. Thomas's phone, Reginald Thomas's phone.
Correct, on May 8th, showing that they had some type of communication prior to the incident.
All right, slide 22. This, what's this? This looks to be another text message thread. Where did you find this?
I believe I got this from Mr. Caldwell's forensic phone extraction, and this came through the Telegram messaging program.
What's Telegram?
It's typically what is believed to be an encrypted messaging program that, from my experience, especially with this investigation, when people don't want their conversations intercepted, they will, so specifically on the Wiretap, they'll say, let's take it to Telegram.
So
and,
guys,
remove the conversation
you
to
guys are
Telegram.
using Telegram. Are you using Telegram because you don't want your phone, your conversation intercepted? Those are used Telegram. Are you using this? Yeah, it's the same person, Moses. It's the same person. The gang culture is all over YouTube and Clubhouse, and it's sad how many folks use it for content. The gang culture is all over YouTube and Clubhouse. It is sad how many people use it for content. So those who have Telegram, are you using it for your calls and your conversation not to be intercepted? Is that the reason why you use Telegram?
Is it possible to obtain records directly from Telegram?
It's difficult. I've never done it before.
Okay. All right, but you can obtain Telegram records apparently by just finding the phone in which they were transmitted and received.
Yes, they were pulled from the phone as part of the forensic extraction.
So just so we're clear, who are the participants in this Telegram text message exchange?
Mr. Sanders will be in the blue and Mr. Caldwell will be in the green.
All right, and what's the significance of this text message thread?
You could see right around the time that the murder, or prior to the murder, when Mr. Sanders gets word of J-Shot, or the name J-Shot, he reaches out to Mr. Caldwell almost immediately, and then Mr. Caldwell tells him to FaceTime me. Mr. Sanders says, okay, and then the conversation picks back up at about 3:45 a.m.
On what day on 3/4?
July 2nd.
So a couple hours after the murder.
Correct.
And when the conversation picks back up, what are they talking about?
Mr. Sanders sends Mr. Caldwell a photo and says, this one of them, and I recognize the photo to be of a gentleman named Elijah Payton, and Mr. Caldwell says, okay.
Who's Elijah Payton?
He is a member of 4PF, again, close with the gang's leader, Dominic Jones, and also close with John Smith, J-Shot.
Okay. So it was a bit like when you saw the exchange regarding John Smith, J-Shot.
Correct.
So what did you do with this information once you saw this?
I began to research Elijah Payton a little bit. I noticed that he too was often featured at the crime scene on his social media accounts. And then I found a phone number through our analyst that's associated with Mr. Payton's driver's license. We put that in CellHawk, which is our phone software that helps process phone records. And what we could see was that Mr. Payton was present in the tower that services the crime scene at 12:13 a.m.
And in slide 24, is that when you say you put it in CellHawk, you queried the number through CellHawk, this is what you saw?
Correct.
All right, and if you saw that the number associated with Mr. Payton appeared in this particular record, what did that tell you?
That his device was in the area that with the same tower that services 1043 Spark Street, consistent with the messages that I was seeing saying that he was out there.
All right, so it potentially means that Elijah Payton was at the crime scene at the time of the murder.
Correct.
Was he ever interviewed?
He's unable to be located at this time.
All right, slide 23. Who's depicted here?
That's Elijah Payton with the gang's leader, Dominic Jones, in a historical photo that was taken at the crime scene. And that's Elijah Payton's driver's license photo.
All right, and the two men, okay, so is that Dominic Jones there on the left?
He'll be on the right, and Mr. Payton is on the left in the tie-dye t-shirt.
Oh, right, okay.
And
Because that's little baby right there with the CBFW t-shirt on with the blue shorts. That's little baby. That's it. Calling it. His name is Dominique Jones. That's the one that she keep referring to. Okay.
That photo, like I said, is at the crime scene.
Okay. All right, now, as you continued your investigation, here we are on slide 25. What is this right here?
I could see that when we started looking in some of the vehicles that Detective Hulse had located and identified, that leaving consistent, the LPRs or license plate readers consistent with a route you would take back, leaving the candlelight vigil. The rental car that Mr. Traydon Crawford was in possession of that night hit an LPR, I believe it was MLK Jr. Drive eastbound at Hamilton E. Homes, and then 5 minutes later, you'll see the white Nissan Maxima used in the homicide hit that same LPR about 5 minutes afterwards.
Okay. And slide 26 is another license plate reader image who obtained this image?
I did, from the flock camera system,
And what was the significance of this?
just to get a clearer picture of the vehicle.
All right, and the timestamp at the bottom of this image is July 1st, 2024 at 18 or 6:13 p.m. and 38 seconds Eastern Daylight Time?
Correct.
All right, and where was this camera mounted that photographed the vehicle at that time?
Butner Road Southwest at Tell Road.
Okay. And here on slide 28, there's another image, another LPR license plate reader camera image that depicts looks to be a black Dodge Challenger or Charger. What was the significance of this?
So when I started researching the vehicle on slide 27, there was a police report out of South Fulton where the vehicle had been stolen from an apartment complex. I learned that California tag did not belong on that vehicle, and it had been...
Which vehicle are you referring to?
Did not belong on the white Maxima.
Okay.
I learned that tag was stolen on June 30th from 3804 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive by a black Dodge Challenger bearing the Ohio tag you see on slide 28.
Okay. And what was the significance of that?
I was familiar from the location. Mr. Reginald Thomas was, during the course of this investigation, I branched off into a pretty large-scale narcotics investigation, and there were 2 locations that Mr. Thomas was operating. Where this tag was stolen from was across the street from what they would refer to as the bottom location.
All right. So the tag that was affixed to one of the vehicles associated with the homicide was stolen from a location near where Mr. Reginald Thomas was known to frequent?
Correct.
Okay. Slide 29. This looks to be a screenshot from Instagram. What's the significance of this?
That's the location that Mr. Thomas was operating the narcotics location at. I saw this on Instagram. We would also do physical surveillance at the location and see him out there. There was an Instagram where there was an incident where associates of his attempted a ATM smash and grab, and they dumped that vehicle at 3804 MLK. So we were familiar with the relationship between the 2 spots.
Okay. And slide 30 looks like more intel that you gathered related to the vehicles, this time from a flock camera, a photograph of which was taken on July 17, 2024 at 12:23 p.m. and 43 seconds. What's this right here?
So you can see that the tag that was on the Dodge Challenger that was used to steal a California tag is now affixed to a black Nissan Maxima. And that was recovered as stolen at 2190 Verbena Street.
And what's the significance of 2190 Verbena Street?
2190 Verbena Street is where I know Ali Caldwell to frequent. He's there daily, and that's where we locked him up on August 28th.
So the tag that was formerly affixed to the black Dodge Challenger, which was used to steal the tag, which would end up affixed to one of the murder vehicles, was then later recovered to yet another vehicle on or around July 17th?
This is when it's being privately towed from the tow yard. It was recovered on July 12th, 10 days after the murder.
And where was this vehicle recovered?
2190 Verbena Street.
Okay, and that would be where Ali Caldwell was known to frequent?
Correct.
And how do you know that?
I've seen him out there on multiple occasions. Like I said, we arrested him there. In his phone extraction, I saw that he had 2 power bills, one for apartment 1 and one for apartment 13 at the location in his phone extraction.
All right, slide 32. What are we seeing here?
So this is another slide or demonstrative that's generated from the CellHawk program that our analysts made for us. As you can see, this is showing that with both of Mr. Caldwell's cellular devices, his #1 tower that he utilizes with the phone is the tower that services 2190 Verbena Street.
Okay. All right, and
All right, I'm gonna go get the other stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell both of them the same shit, cause I ain't say that, but I know who said that. So I'm saying, so you pulling up on me, so I'm gonna repeat it.
Now, go ahead and do that. I'm trying to go ahead and do it. That's me, right? If they need to holler at me, just pull up on me, right? Yeah, go on get on that and then just hit me back right quick.
For sure.
Hey, look, bro.
Yeah, well.
Hey, who said it, though?
Yeah, I don't even know no about, but shit, it was supposed to be, he did some crazy shit, but some shit that I'm not gonna say on the phone type shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Man, FaceTime, I'm finna FaceTime.
All right, Mark.
and who was that at the end of the call that said, I'm going to FaceTime you?
I believe Mr. Sanders and AJ both say they're going to FaceTime each other because they don't want to talk on the phone about it.
And what preceded that? Why didn't they want to talk on the phone about it?
Objection, speculation.
That is speculation, sustained.
All right, well, what did you hear them say immediately before they said they didn't want to talk on the phone about it?
That Lee had done some crazy shit, some shit he's not going to talk on the phone about.
Okay. And there was also a reference during that call, Mr. Sanders said that to dead that?
Correct.
That was Sanders that said that?
Correct.
What does that mean?
To stop the plan to harm Mr. Caldwell.
And this is what Sanders is telling AJ?
Correct.
And were you able to, as a gang expert, through listening to that call and the contextual details that were provided, determine who AJ may have been that he would have been able to carry out that request on behalf of Mr. Sanders?
Based on the context of the call and some of the terms that were used during the call, it sounded like a younger member of the gang.
And which gang would that be?
OMF or Goodfellas.
Okay. Okay, now, moving right along here, if we look at, and this is, again, a subset of the social media you obtained.
But what happened?
They just going too much.
All right, now, going back to the subset of or a portion of the social media that you obtained your investigation here on slide 50, where did you obtain this right here?
This is from Mr. Caldwell's phone extraction.
Okay, and what are we looking at? What is this?
So after Mr. Sanders, I can tell from the time of the call and the time of the records, if you look at the slide 49 prior to this, you can see there's a series of phone calls that happen between Mr. Primrose, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Traydon Crawford. Video calls take place. But ultimately, Mr. Caldwell had, like he was told to do, messaged Mr. Primrose and was sent the message in question about people talking about harming them.
Okay, so those wiretap calls, 4292 and 4293, that we just listened to, they concerned a group chat with a LaShawn Primrose as a participant.
Correct.
And when you looked at Mr. Caldwell's phone, you found a bunch of call logs that included various parties with whom Mr. Caldwell was speaking, including LaShawn Primrose.
Correct.
And these would have been, looks like starting just after midnight on August 3rd, 2024?
No, this has been, there was additional calls prior to this, but this is adjusted for UTC.
Okay. So August 3rd at 4:12 a.m. UTC time, that'd be about 12 minutes after midnight Eastern time?
No, it's already been adjusted for UTC.
Is that what UTC plus 0 means in parentheses next?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so anyway, you have this log of phone calls, right, that you extracted from Mr. Caldwell's phone, and then you already told us here on slide 50, you also found this. What was this right here?
This was what he was sent by, or the information that Mr. Primrose had received that was sent to Mr. Caldwell. You can see Mr. Trayvon Crawford's also named. And in the call log, you'll see almost a 2-hour FaceTime call happens between him and Mr. Caldwell after receiving this. I'm sorry, Mr. Crawford.
And that's here.
I'm sorry, that's Trayvon.
Trayvon Crawford, sorry.
I apologize.
Thank you. And again, here on slide 49, you added these names: the Trayvon Crawford, the Queonte Sanders, the Adante Thomas, the Deontay Phillips, LaShawn Primrose. You added all those names.
Correct.
And third from the bottom, there's a FaceTime call, and that's 2 hours, 20 minutes long, and 22 seconds. That's the call that you're referring to?
Correct.
All right, and these here on the left, we go to slide 50, and the left-hand slide, there's looks like text message, portions of a text message conversation. It says few night.
Correct.
What was that in Caldwell's phone?
That's how Mr. Primrose's contact was saved. I believe Mr. Sanders refers to him as nephew, so that would be few night, few from nephew, midnight.
Okay. All right, so as you continued with the wiretap investigation, you then intercepted a call 4547.
Yes.
All right, and what was the date of that call?
I'd need the slide back up so I can give you the exact date.
If you had a copy of your PowerPoint presentation, would it refresh your memory?
It would.
All right. Here you go. Oh, here you go, sorry. Kind of running out of copies of this. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Grant.
I had investigator Viveritto. Here's a copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could please look at that and let me know when you've
Do you
arrived.
have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor. I don't think I made
Sorry.
copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay. And we'll be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know how I don't count.
All right. So right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know how I don't count.
Period.
When he got some of that shit now, y'all gonna see. I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more folk you when I get down with that shit.
All right. Now, that mention of tearing Oakland City apart, that was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the Zone 4 area of Atlanta, and the crime scene would fall inside Oakland City. It's Lee Street. I would say Lee Street between Donnelly and White Oak, maybe. It's in
So 1043.
near the west end, kind of.
So 1043 Spark Street would fall within Oakland City?
Yes.
Okay.
Folks tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more.
Hey, Les, wait a minute, Les. Listen, Les. This was on Les. This was on Les. This picture was on social media, okay? It was on the internet. It was on the internet. Les said, Miss Sylvia's hilarious. Viveritto don't want her face shown during testimony, so Miss Sylvia plastered a picture of Viveritto's face on the screen. I mean, it is a picture that's already out there. I mean, that's the picture they had out there. You know, it was on social media. Anything in social media, and if you're doing a reference and bringing up a case, talk about what's being talked about, you can reference that individual's picture. You can reference it. I'm reporting. I'm news reporting. I'm news reporting. I'm abiding by the rules. The rule said do not record her while she's on the stand. So this is a picture that is provided. This is a picture that was provided. They said not to. Did you hear the judge? The judge said do not record her on the stand. Did she not say that? Okay. Exactly. She's on the Twitter page on Fulton County. I mean, y'all, it is what it is.
4 p.m. when I get down that shit. I'm gonna tell that nigga, hey, look, you gonna pay me or you gonna send you to bury your own boy.
Ooh, did you hear that? Oh my God. Why would you say that on a wiretap? Oh my God. He just incriminated himself. Oh my Lord. Yeah, listen to this. Listen to what he just said. Listen to this.
Yeah, a copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could please look at that and let me know when you've
Do you
arrived.
have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor. I don't
Okay.
think I made
Sorry.
copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay.
Hey, Les, let me tell you, I have to walk a very, very straight line because I have so many haters that tried to get me out the courtroom several times when I was doing all those other different cases. So that's why I have to walk that straight line. That's why. I got to walk a straight line, Les. It's nice meeting you, Les. I know you didn't know me before, but it's nice meeting you. I'm glad you're here.
I will be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
All right, so right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
Period.
When he got talking that shit, nigga, I gonna see. I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more 4 p.m. when I get down with that shit.
All right, now that mention of tearing Oakland City apart, that was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the Zone 4 area of Atlanta, and the crime scene would fall inside Oakland City. It's Lee Street. I would say Lee Street between Donnelly and White Oak, maybe. It's in
So 1043.
near the West End, kind of.
So 1043 Spark Street would fall within Oakland City?
Yes.
Okay.
Folks tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more 4 p.m. when I get down with that shit. I'm gonna tell that nigga, hey, look, you gonna pay me or you gonna send you to bury your own boy.
That's right.
Yeah.
I still need trying this.
Then you know how the streets is, you know everybody fuck me, so you know, you can't get around me. Like, these niggas gonna call me, bro. These niggas gonna call me and be like, look, you know, these folks be up. Like, they gonna call and let me know wherever y'all niggas be at, you know what I'm saying?
Man, he gotta think about his shows and shit he had to do here, like, it's just gone.
You know, see, you know, a nigga make that day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get at it.
All right, that mention of being ready to get active, do you know what that meant?
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominic Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Oh Lord, I'm ready to get active. Mean that if you say you get ready to get active, you get ready to go get revenge, according to this call. So that's what her interpretation is.
They already know you couldn't have a tool.
What? telling me like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money up. I know you gonna have you get out, man. I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna need to let nobody know on my birthday I'm handling that. Yeah, man, cause you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful to me. Y'all didn't know that my little kid.
Yeah, that was disrespectful to you. I tell these niggas, I'll tell you now, like, man, all these niggas supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be goddamn. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Wait a minute, did he just say the word gang? Ooh, ooh, did he just say the word gang? I didn't mishear that. Oh, did he say the word gang? Hold on a second, let's just back it up a little bit. Hold on.
You know, see, you know, a nigga make their day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get active.
All right, that mention of being ready to get active, do you know what that meant?
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominic Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
They already know you finna have to.
What? That if you telling me like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money up. I know you gonna have you get out, man. I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna need to let nobody know on my birthday I'm handling that. Yeah, man, cause you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful to me. Y'all didn't know that my little kid.
Yeah, that was disrespectful to you.
I tell these niggas, I'll tell you now, like, man, all these niggas supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be goddamn. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Yeah, Mr. Sanders there says supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she has personal knowledge, if she knows who he's talking about, I'll let her testify. Does she have personal knowledge?
Dime. They didn't play anything with Lil Baby. So, but we go back Monday anyway, so we don't know what else she has. They didn't play anything with Lil Baby from the last 4 days of them doing this.
Is it based on your personal knowledge, Investigator Viveritto, if you know who he was referring to when he said they're supposed to be dying?
Based on the prior context and what's about to follow, if you play the context.
Chica would have been crying. I would have been put on killed her baby dad.
No.
Chica?
Who is that?
Who talked to Pooh? Who you talk to Pooh? You know her baby daddy, Jason, I would have been put on killed him, no doubt.
What he do?
Man, he 4PF.
Oh. And what's your baby mama name? Keisha?
No, Tika. Well, you know Tika.
Oh, Tika.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've heard a little bit more of the conversation, does that provide you with the context?
Yes, he's referencing members of 4PF.
When he says they're supposed to be dying.
Correct.
All right. So as you continued with your...
Wait a minute, did he say they're supposed to be dying or crying? What did he say? I can't understand him. What did y'all hear him say? Supposed to be dying or crying? Is he supposed to sound like crying? That's what I thought I heard too, but okay, crying. Okay.
Wiretap investigation, you intercepted a call 4814.
Correct.
And what day was that call placed?
August 13th of 2024.
And who are the parties in that call?
Keontae Sanders and his girlfriend, Kelvisha Sadie.
I'm going to object to this and probably the next several things on relevance grounds.
Hold on.
I realize Mr. Sanders.
I tell these niggas, I'm telling you now, like, man, all these niggas supposed to be dying, bro. Like, y'all niggas like y'all scared. Like, man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be goddamn. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Mr. Sanders there says supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Okay, wait. He said dying. The guy, the prosecutor said dying, but I thought he said crying. Oh Lord, have mercy. We gotta do that one more time. Hold on, y'all. He said dying first and then crying last. That's what he said. Okay. All right. So he said dying and then crying. Okay, right? I'm so lost. Oh my God, it is so hard. Because first of all, I can't understand their dialect.
You know, see, you know, a nigga make their day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for that nigga. I'm just ready to get at it.
All right, that mention of being...
Okay, he said he don't care about the guy, right? Then he says he's only ready to get active. He's ready to get active, and when he get out, it's going to be... Okay, I heard that part. Okay, hold on.
Ready to get active. Do you know what that meant?
From the context of his other calls is that he was ready to get revenge on Dominic Jones and 4PF.
Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
So this guy is ready to get revenge on Lil Baby, whoever this guy is on the phone.
They already know you finna have to. What? Yo, if you tell me, like, bro, I'm just trying to run my money up. I know you finna have you get out. Man, I'm on that the first day. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna let nobody know on my first day on my.
Okay, so he's gonna do that on the first day he gets out, right? It sounded like he said birthday, but he said first day. When he get out, he's not gonna let nobody know when he's out, right? Okay, he said folks supposed to be dying and their family's supposed to be crying. Okay, that's what he said, Asia. Okay, here we go.
I'm handling that. Yeah, because you tried me with that. That shit was disrespectful to me. Y'all didn't know that my little kid. Yeah, that was disrespectful to you. Yeah, I cut these niggas. I'll tell you now, man, all these.
So he said he's gonna take these niggas. Oh, you know I don't like to say that word out. I'm sorry, you know I got carried away. I said the word and I don't never say that word. Sorry, y'all. That's not my word. Oh my God.
Nigga supposed to be dying, bro. Like y'all nigga.
He did say dying. He did say dying. They're supposed to be dying. Yep, he did say it. He did say it.
Like y'all scared. Like man, these niggas supposed to be gang. These niggas supposed to be goddamn. These niggas supposed to be crying.
Yes, he said the people gonna be dying. It's supposed to be dying, and the family's supposed to be crying. You were right. You were right. You're right. He did say dying and then crying. You're right. 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 Asia was right. Thank you, Asia. You got some good ears, Asia, because my ears was jacked up.
Yeah, Mr. Sanders there says supposed to be dying. Who was he referring to?
Objection calls for speculation.
If she has personal knowledge, if she knows who he's talking about, I'll let her testify. Does she have personal knowledge?
Is it based on your personal knowledge, Investigator Viveritto, if you know who he was referring to when he said they're supposed to be dying?
Based on the prior context and what's about to follow, if you play the context.
She would have been crying. I would have been put over, killed her baby dad. Who? Chica? Who is that? Who talked to who? Who you talk to who? You know, our baby daddy, Jason, I've been put over, killed him, no doubt.
Woo!
What he do? Man, he 4PF.
Oh, he's supposed to be dying because he's 4PF. Oh. Man, they talk too much on that phone. Ooh. Ooh, Lord, he talked too much. Lord have mercy. He really, who is that person talking? Is it Ali Kawa? Oh, he told everything. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, he was reckless, Case SQ. Very reckless. He said it. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Hold on.
And what's your baby mama name? No, Tika. Tika. Well, you know Tika. Oh, Tika. Yeah.
All right. Now that you've heard a little bit more of the conversation, does that provide you with the context?
Yes, he's referencing members of 4PF.
Okay. When he says they're supposed to be done.
Correct.
All right. So as you continued with your wiretap investigation, you intercepted a call 4814.
Correct.
And what day was that call placed?
August 13th of 2024.
And who are the parties in that call?
Keontae Sanders and his girlfriend, Kelvisha Sadie.
Judge, I'm going to object to this and probably the next several things on relevance grounds. I realize Mr. Sanders may be part of an impending indictment. He's not part of this hearing. We're talking about conduct more than a month after the incident that we're here about. I would just ask if the state could either tie this in some way or if we can move on. We're running short on time.
Well, it's a gang case, Your Honor. All of the defense have been charged.
That's Sanders on the phone. That's Sanders, because his attorney just basically asked them to move on. Yeah, that's Sanders on the phone. Okay.
The litany of gang charges, and this goes to the motive, and also it is one of the many things that proves the existence of the gang. So that all of these calls are relevant for that purpose.
We'll stipulate that gangs exist.
Okay. Is there anything specific? Are any of these defendants talked about or named in this particular call that you want to play?
No, Your Honor.
And I am going to sustain with respect to that one. And Mr. Tevish, you can renew as each one comes up. But I think we are, I don't think anybody's saying there isn't a gang at this point. And I think we have developed a nexus thus far, but it's got to be pertinent to the 5 folks who are with us in the courtroom.
All right, so let's try to focus Investigator Viveritto on calls that just concern the defendants. Did you intercept the call regarding 7165?
All right, that's that call. That was that one. Let's go on to the next one, guys. Let's go on to the next one. This is Sanders' call again. Here we go. Y'all ready?
And so you obtained the warrants again for everybody's arrest on within that same narrow period of time?
Correct.
All right. And you at some point before all that happened, though, you interviewed Mr. Ali Caldwell?
Yes, during his arrest in August.
All right, but that wasn't on the murder?
No.
All right, and what, if anything, did he tell you during that interview?
We just let him know that we learned that he may be at risk of being harmed, and to see if we could help him anyway, or if he knew anything that could provide us information. And he basically said he knew nothing about anything.
Did you actually believe that he was at risk of being harmed?
Based on what we'd heard on the wiretap, yes.
And was that the 4292 and 4293 call?
And there were other calls, yes.
All right. And did he have any reaction to being told that?
I think he started laughing.
He started what?
Laughing at one point, and he said he wasn't concerned.
All right. Well, per those wiretap calls, he would have already known about it anyway, right? Wasn't he a party to one of them?
Correct.
Okay. And did he have any insight regarding the homicide at 1043 Spark Street?
No.
All right. Was that the arrest where you recovered his 2 phones?
It was.
Okay. The ones that we've looked at excerpts from during this?
Correct.
All right. And then on January 15th, 2025, what happened on that day during the Fugitive investigation?
During that day, the Atlanta Police Department Fugitive Unit attempted to take Ali Caldwell and Trayvon Crawford into custody at 2 separate locations.
Listen to this, y'all.
Based on call detail records and
Listen to this one, love. Listen to this one. They tried to take him into custody, right? Now listen what happened. Watch, listen. Y'all gotta listen carefully on this one. All right? All right, y'all listening? Give me a yes if y'all listening. I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to this very carefully, y'all. This was very interesting to me. Listen to it, okay? Can I get a thumbs up if you're listening? Okay, I see you. Okay, you're listening. Now listen, okay? All right, here we go. They came to the house to go to arrest them, right? And listen what happened, what they found out. I'm not going to tell y'all because I already know. I was already in the courtroom for this. But listen to what they said.
Information that they were obtaining from their cellular devices.
But were they actually arrested on that day?
They were not.
So what happened there?
At the first location for Mr. Traydon Crawford, his cell phone was located at the residence and he was not there.
You heard that? They went there to get him because they were following the cell phone ping, and the phone was there, but he was not there. So if a cell phone could be giving you wrong information, you know what I'm saying?
And when we executed a search warrant at the location for Mr. Ali Caldwell at the apartment of a Miss Isis Buffington, his phone was plugged in on the counter and he was not there.
And we say his, are you thinking?
Look, another phone was not, they were not there. The phone was plugged in, but they were not there.
Ali Caldwell?
Correct.
How did you know that it was his phone?
It was the same phone number that we had records for and had communication with.
All right, so you seized the phone.
We did.
Okay. And were you able to tell by reviewing the records how long the phone had been abandoned, that they were left, or when it arrived at that location?
I did not review the records. It was a fugitive unit would have been reviewing those records. But I could tell you after receiving social media records for both Mr. Crawford and Mr. Caldwell, they had abandoned their phone number.
But you don't know if that was them on the social media either. You don't know if that was them posting something on social media. You don't have a concrete evidence of that. Because if their phone could be sitting in the house, and then you say you saw them on social media, that doesn't say it was them. Does that say? It's just proof right there. You already putting doubt on what you found. You're already putting doubt, y'all. You're already putting doubt on your own testimony. Because you said the phone was at the house plugged up and it wasn't them there. So you're already spinning the doubt.
Numbers that they originally had.
All right.
I'm sorry, that was shortly after the warrants were obtained.
Okay. So their phones were in one place and they were in another.
Correct.
All right. Now, on January 15, 2025, Mr. Marcus Crawford was arrested. You testified that during the previous hearing, correct?
Correct.
Or during the earlier part of your direct examination. You also spoke about his interview?
Correct.
All right. What if anything, there was a particular relevance to you was found during his arrest?
I was not present at his arrest. I executed a search warrant at his home the day after his arrest, where we recovered 3 rifle magazines, 2 of which were empty, 1 was still loaded with ammunition.
Okay, and what kind of ammunition was that?
Green-tipped rifle ammunition, bearing most notably the head stamp LC13 on some of the rounds.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Granted.
Now, Investigator Viveritto, I'm going to hand you a photo that's been marked for purposes of identification. It states Exhibit I. Do you recognize that photo?
I do.
And how do you rate it?
That's a photo that I took of one of the bullets that were loaded into the rifle magazine that was full.
All right, so you actually took that photograph?
Yes, I photographed each bullet.
All right. And you photographed, where were you when you took this photograph?
The Atlanta Police Headquarters.
All right, so is this photograph an exact digital copy, or not digital, exact tangible copy of the photo that you took of the bullet that was recovered in the magazine that was recovered from the site of Mr. Marcus Crawford's arrest?
Yes.
So this photograph hasn't been altered or manipulated in any way?
No.
At this time, the state moves to the admission of Exhibit I.
Mr. Travis?
I haven't seen it. No objection.
All right, Ms. Guest? It's not your client, but I want everybody on record.
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, it's admitted without objection. Thank you.
All right, and permission to publish the photo, Your Honor?
Granted.
All right.
Ready to see the photo? Hold on.
All right, so Investigator Viveritto, here's the photo that you took. Now, what if anything was significant about this particular round?
That a round or a shell casing with a similar head stamp of LC-13 was located at the scene of the Spark Street murder.
So spent casings that were ejected after the projectile was fired from Sane, were found at the scene of the murder.
A LC-13 casing, yes.
All right, and do you know what that alphanumeric combination stamped on the back of the live round means?
From my research, the LC stands for Lake City Ammunition. It's a brand of ammunition, and the 13 stands for 2013, which was the year that the ammunition would have been manufactured.
Okay, and that LC-13 was printed on the back of the shell casings found at the scene too?
One of the shell casings that was collected, yes.
Okay. All right. All right, now on February 25th, 2025, there were some arrests made on that day?
Yes.
And who was arrested on that day?
Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford were arrested on that day.
And what were the circumstances of their arrests?
After they'd abandoned their phone numbers and their typical places where we would.
Okay, that is it for that part of it. Do y'all still want more stuff? Do y'all still want more stuff? Do y'all still want more? I got more. If y'all want more. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to come. I was taking my hair out. My bad. Oops, my bad. Let me put a pin on my hair so you guys don't see me looking crazy. I'm trying to take my hair out, y'all. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to show myself like that. Ray wants me to play more. Okay, let me go get some more. I can't look crazy, right? My bad. Sorry, folks. But y'all, I'm transparent. I'm very real. Hold on. We got to go get more. Okay, hold on. What are we going to go pull up more? Let's go pull up more videos. Oh, I got to put up. Hold on a second. Let me put this up for a second. Let me put her mug up here for a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, I gotta get Ali Caldwell.
I did.
And did that call?
Hold on a second. I gotta put up the other one. Let's see. That was Caldwell. Let's see who else is called. We want Caldwell. Oh, y'all gotta see the attorney going after her. Hold on, we gotta go get the attorney going after her.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tevis.
Oh, you gotta see Mr. Tevis going in. They didn't even get the other people. I wonder why they didn't get the other people.
You are familiar with Trevante?
I'm familiar with Mr. Turner because I'm familiar
with him this whole time.
Hold on a second. Okay, let's start when he first get up there with her. Are y'all ready?
So maybe go in reverse order while it's fresh.
Hold on.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tevis.
I will maybe go in reverse order while it's fresh. Sure. I want to talk about this slide that you put together that's titled Ali Lee Caldwell.
This one, or if you have the same copies.
I don't
Mr.
have a
Sprinkle
copy
gave
in
us.
front of me.
And I don't have the PowerPoint yet, so I'm sorry, but you're familiar with it.
Yes.
I can actually hand you my copy of my approach, Ron.
Yes.
So we get that.
Sure.
Sure. What in those photos did you say indicated to you that Mr. Caldwell was an OMF gang member?
Well, these photos just demonstrate that you can see his relationship with the higher-ranking members of the gang, including Lance Royster and Keontae Sanders. And you'll also see Trevante Turner featured in several of these photos, who's also a higher-ranking member of the gang. But the social media photos are not my only basis for that.
Okay. You said that when Mr. Sprinkle asked you, you said he was in the photos with some high-ranking members.
Correct.
Right? And you said that you were not aware of any gang tattoos on him.
I have not reviewed his tattoos yet.
Okay. To show you're not aware of any gang tattoos
Correct.
that he has. And you said there were, quote, no other factors to conclude that he's in a gang aside from what you heard on the wiretap and in those photos. Is that correct?
Right, with the leader of the gang confirming that he's a member of the gang, that's one of our factors that we use through our criteria.
And who's we? APD?
The Atlanta Police Department, yes.
Okay. And are there statutory provisions that say somebody's in a gang, or you guys just get to decide that?
No, there's statutory provisions, 3 or more, organization, association, or group associated.
You know, I love when you do this one.
Formal or informal.
I love this
common
one.
identifiers, signs, symbols, graffiti, tattoos, things of that nature.
And you would agree with me, no tattoos that you've
That I've
reviewed?
seen, yes.
Nothing in there for graffiti,
No,
right? He's not flagging or making any kind of hand signs?
no.
And you said previously, no other factors but for that association and the wiretap conversation.
And our association, or his association with other members of OMF. Not everybody can take pictures like these. And like I said, there was an instance where him and Mr. Sanders had to confront a member of the gang for conduct unbecoming to the gang, and they were the two that did it.
Okay, but you're making distinctions between associates and members. You said that Mr. Caldwell is a member, but you have no evidence of membership that you've testified about today.
The evidence of membership that we use as our SOP for our criteria, and this is, he's a member of OMF based on the gang's own leader referring to him and saying, Lee is fam, Lee is a member, Lee is one of us, you're not going to touch him.
So if he's on wiretap saying, don't touch Mr. Tevis, he's one of us, I am a gang member, I have no say in that. Somebody else gets to label me.
But he also had that conversation, the preceding conversation with Mr. Caldwell, and then the fact that he's in these photos with high-ranking members of the gang, cumulatively, that lets us know he's a member of the gang.
Okay. I've been photographed with Chief Justice John Roberts. Am I a member of the Supreme Court?
Is the Supreme Court a gang?
Well, if they're affiliated, in fact, there's 3 or more members, and if any of them commits a crime, you would say they're in a gang, right?
If they commit criminal street gang activity.
Okay, which is any number of any crimes involving a firearm or anything in the racketeering statute.
I have no knowledge that
Including
that's
carrying a concealed weapon, right?
But is that going on right now? I'm not investigating the Supreme Court. I
I'm
can't
just
speak to that.
asking you.
If the Supreme Court was out shooting children at 1043 Spark Street, and you would be an associate of them, yeah.
My question is about, is this person a member of a gang? And you said, because he's photographed with these people, you have no other evidence that he's a member of this gang except that he's with high-ranking associates, right?
No, I didn't say that's the only thing. Out of the gang leader's mouth.
Okay.
He has been
Somebody called him
identified.
fam.
He's
right?
one of us, and they say on 10, they say whoa, they use
Who's
gang
they?
identifiers.
Who's they?
The other members of the gang.
Okay, so other people can decide your membership. You don't get to say that.
Mr. Caldwell does not disagree with that.
Well, I've heard no testimony about his position on that today, but I'm asking you what evidence you have.
Like I said, again, the leader of the gang, this gang is very active in disciplining people that will claim the gang that are not members. So if the leader of the gang identifies you as a member of OMF, you're a member.
And in fact, the person you're claiming as leader of OMF didn't say Ollie Caldwell is.
This part, yes, was played yesterday. Everything that I played today was not played yesterday. You know, the part where she talks about Lil Baby was with the ticket on somebody's head. I did not play that yesterday. I didn't play that yesterday. The one I played was this. Yes, I played this. I played 3 clippings. I have a total of 17. So it's quite a few I did not play.
A member of the gang, you have a recording where he calls him fam, right?
Correct.
And so you're making the conclusion that fam or family is tied to the gang and not a friendly or familial relationship.
I'd ask you to let me finish. If you listen during my expert qualification with the Goodfellas, they refer to themselves as La Familia or La Cosa Nostra. So when they say fam, that means one of them. They refer to themselves as a family more so than a gang.
That is your conclusion.
That's documented. That's not my conclusion. That's historically documented through gang profiles, interviews, the profile in the gang itself. That's not my conclusion. That's historical.
So anytime somebody says fam, they're talking about La Familia, OMF, La whatever gang.
We don't just use one identifier, we use a cluster of identifiers. So Mr. Caldwell, based on who he hangs out with, what the leaders have said, his relationship to the conflict that's ongoing right now, and other factors, based in the totality, yes.
Okay. Back to my original question. I realize all the conclusions that you've drawn. I understand them. I have them written down. What evidence do you have? We've agreed that he's not making any signs in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
We've agreed that he's not flagging in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
He's not doing graffiti in these pictures, correct?
Correct.
In your initial testimony, you said that OMF gang does fraud. He's not doing fraud, right?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far because in his phone extraction, I saw a little bit of fraud.
Okay. And you would agree with me that that fraud, whatever you saw, that we've not heard any testimony about that today.
All right, I wasn't asked about the fraud, right. But
Okay.
also,
And we've not heard anything about drug trafficking, which you said is another hallmark of OMF.
there is a lot of drug trafficking in his cell phone.
My question is, you've not testified about any drug trafficking on behalf of Mr. Caldwell in this hearing for the last 3 days we've had testimony,
Because
right?
we're testifying about the murder, but one other criteria by the statute is common activities and customs. So he's falling into that with who he hangs out with, where he hangs out, some of the things that they do, activities that he participates in, whether it be the drugs. He's being asked to send drugs to Mr. Sanders down at the prison, so he's participating in their activities as well.
I think the disconnect that we're having is you keep drawing conclusions, and I'm asking you what evidence. So I understand your conclusion. What evidence do you have?
I'm providing evidence.
This has been asked and answered like 18 times, okay?
What is the evidence then?
What she said is social media photos, information on the wiretaps, association and discussions with the leader of the gang. Now, whether or not I think that's enough is something I'll decide when I review all the evidence, but you keep asking her the same exact thing over and over and over again. She is an expert witness in this case. She's supposed to draw a conclusion. She was qualified as an expert. That's the whole point of an investigation, is you stack up evidence and then at the end you make a conclusion. That's the entire point of being an investigator. So please ask her a different question.
I will, Judge, but I'm going to just get ahead of this and let you know we're going to have the same problems because I agree with you. You take evidence, then you form conclusions. I'm familiar with Ms. Viveritto, and I contend that her habit is to form conclusions without the evidence. So that's why I'm trying to drill down to how do we get the conclusion? Because she just said there's nothing in these social media photos except standing next to a person.
Well, I'd object to that statement just made by the defense counsel. Now defense counsel is becoming a character witness of investigator Viveritto, stating that he has some sort of
Right, and that you can absolutely argue all that in your closing, Mr. Tevis, but we have a long way to go, and you're asking the exact same question over and over. I get it, you don't like her conclusion. I get it, you disagree with her conclusion.
All right, let's go to the next one since y'all are being petty because I was playing that
I'm
one.
familiar with Mr. Turner because I knew him from probation.
Okay, and you know that in your database, he was, APD had him classified as a 30 deep YSL member.
I don't know. I know he's classified as MDC as well, and the majority of MDC is now GF.
Okay, and now he's 9 Trey.
He was 9 Trey at one point, as his
Now he's
screen name.
OMF.
Okay, his
Let her
screen name
finish answering,
indicates.
please.
Then he has 9 Trey identifiers. When the OMF faction formed, which his cousin is the leader of, he began to show OMF identifiers.
All right, let's see. Let me go get some more video file. This is prelim, yes.
the conclusion that the defendants were members of the gang? What material, if any, did you consult to arrive at that conclusion?
There's a variety of factors we use, whether it be self-admission, or
I don't know why this is low.
giving information that people are members of the gang that are.
No, it's not preliminary. It's pre-indictment hearing.
And did you
I'm sorry, and if you're not. If we can't identify you as a member of the gang, if you can demonstrate as per our SOP a membership or a close relationship with members of the gang, you'll be labeled as associate. That's why some people are charged appropriately as an associate. And for each defendant, I collected different pieces of evidence to show either their relationship with the gang, their self-admission in the gang, or identifiers of the gang.
And did you obtain information from social media that informed you in that regard?
Social media, phone extractions, wire calls. Like I said, we used everything that we had at our disposal throughout the investigation.
And did you provide me with the excerpts from social media that were instructive as to whether or not they were affiliated with a gang, or instructive regarding their gang affiliation to me prior to the hearing today?
Yes.
All right. It's probably a subset of that presentation. Commissioner, personal witness, Your Honor.
Granted.
Detective Viveritto, I am about to hand you a multi-page document that's been marked for purposes of identification, state certificate. Do you recognize that?
I do.
And how do you recognize it?
These are some of the exhibits I provided you with prior to trial, for the hearing,
Exhibits, what are they exactly?
showing each defendant's relationship or either membership or affiliation with the gang.
All right, and what are these exhibits? Like, what do they depict exactly?
For visual depiction, social media, it could be photos, it could be conversations. There were several.
Okay, so just excerpts from the social media returns that you
Social,
obtained?
yes.
Okay, so they could be photos and videos, or
All right, that's that one. A lot of these are short, so we're just gonna.
Mr. John Smith, J-Shot, concerned from the disappearing message between Martavius Smith and Mark Quiante Sanders that you testified about earlier. Did you intercept any other communications concerning him? Like during the wire?
Hold on. Dave said, I thought that man was a gang member. He's talking crazy on the phone. Yeah. No, that's not a Betty. That's Sprinkle. That's Sprinkle. Remember Sprinkle was on the witness stand in the YSL case?
Including the one we just listened to, and then there was another one between wire target number 2 and a member of Goodfellas named Andre Horton.
All right, so wire target number 2 being Altavius Jackson?
Correct.
And what day was that call concerning John J. Shot Smith discussed?
September 10th, 2024.
Okay. That call is only 17 seconds long?
Correct. It's a short call.
Did we just hear this one? We just heard this one. I didn't label these things right, so that's why I'm.
Right. Come on, hey. Y'all come. I'm just getting the shit straight right there, bro. Y'all come. J-Shot just went down the street.
We heard this one. Let me get this one down. We're hearing some of the stuff already. I don't know how to let's see if this is another one.
Concerning any of the defendants that are before us today.
It concerned Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and play that call.
Hello.
All All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
Okay, that. Like, straight who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like, straight down, if I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm straight big cousin, right? And you know, I'm gonna handle the business, like, like, everybody know that, like, man, I'm gonna handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there.
Ooh, ooh, did he? What? That's Thread's cousin, huh? Did you just hear what he said? Ooh. Oops.
He come to jail, his ass will get smashed, like, ain't no one got that.
Hold on. Play it again.
Hello.
All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
Okay, that. Like, straight who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like, straight down, if I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm straight big cousin, right? And you know, I'm gonna handle the business, like, like, everybody know that, like, man, I'm gonna handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga.
He just said he gonna handle the business. You know what I'm saying? He handled the business.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm straight big cousin, right? And you know, I'm gonna handle the business, like, like, everybody know that, like, man, I'm gonna handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there, he come to jail, his ass will get smashed, like, ain't no one got.
Did y'all hear him? What he said? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Oh, did he say that? He handled that business. Shh. Let me just. You want me to play it again? Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna play it again. Y'all listen. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let y'all listen. Listen carefully. I mean, yeah, let me shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna just let you guys listen.
Hello.
All right, and starting that call at 1:13, 1 minute and 13 seconds into the call.
Okay, that. Like, straight who I was, right? They told you who I was, right? Like, straight down, if I ain't tell you who I was.
Lee did, yeah. Yeah, Lee told me.
You know, I'm straight big cousin, right? And you know, I'm gonna handle the business, like, like, everybody know that, like, man, I'm gonna handle the business, you know what I'm saying? Like, even this nigga get killed out there, he come to jail, his ass will get smashed, like, ain't no one got that shit, you know what I'm saying?
I swear, like, I feel like you skeet has some shit to do with it in my heart.
Come out, and you skeet know me. You skeet know this, and
You skeet locked up now.
yeah, but look, but get what though? You skeet know this. If he had something to do with that shit, he gotta answer me. I'm not gonna let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? For how long it take? These folks can't hold me though. You know what I'm saying? I already got my time. This shit I'm over with. I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it got now, hell no, like, I don't trust these niggas, bro. Cause got now, get with. Like, same thing, man, you don't know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, I was telling him, like, hey, look, like, you know.
You trust y'all know.
Y'all know it's my brother. These young on 3, you know what I'm saying? Man, y'all know been
I don't know y'all know
for
like
20 years, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, see, I don't know. I
That's
just like,
bro. That's my brother. And you know, me and him, you know, I know he know me. You know, me and him had work. I had to tell him like, hey, look, bro.
All right, so what defendants were mentioned in that portion of the call?
Mr. Reginald Thomas, who also goes by Yano, Lee, and Traydon, being Ali Caldwell and Traydon Crawford, are mentioned during the call.
How were they mentioned?
He's discussing his relationships with both of them, and later on in the call, he says that basically the only people that the female, Jessica Beatty, she's the person or she goes by the moniker Boop, that she can trust Lee and Traydon, and that's who's going to handle his business.
Okay. That being Midnight's business.
Correct.
All right. Now, regarding
Okay, which one is that one? Lord have mercy. All right, let's go. Let's see what that one was. Okay, there's a wiretap called Little Sean. I'm gonna do that one. I don't know what this one is all about. I don't know what
4292 is the call. And this was on August 3rd, 2024?
Yes.
Who are the parties to this call?
Ali Caldwell and Keontae Sanders.
Okay. And I'll just play the entire call. It's not very long.
Hello, what's your call? Hello, what's your call? Yo, what you doing? Finna head toward the house. No, me, right? Yeah. You know LaShawn on land sign. Yeah. He say some niggas from 4PL Joe's in the group like something like that. Now they gonna see you like. Yeah. You can call him right quick. Call him right quick. I'm about to. Just call him right back, right?
I'll play that part again.
LaShawn on land sign. Yeah. He say some niggas from 4PL Joe's in the group like something like that. Now they gonna see you like. Yeah. You can call him right quick. Call him right quick. I'm about to. Just call him right back, right?
All right, so there was a mention of a Lil Sean in that call?
Yes.
All right, so who were the parties that were discussed in that call?
Mr. Sanders and Mr. Caldwell speak about a Lil Sean, who I know to be LaShawn Primrose.
All right, and how did they know Lil Sean Primrose?
I believe he's related to Mr. Sanders in some form or fashion. He used to go by the moniker OMF Demon, so he's a member of OMF as well.
All right, and 4293, that would be next sequentially from 4292. Were the calls numbered sequentially such that they weren't necessarily in chronological order? So 4293 would be the call that was placed immediately after 4293 or 4292?
Correct.
All right, so who are the parties to call 4293?
During this call, Mr. Sanders calls to confront an unknown party who went by the name of AJ.
Okay.
Whoa. Hello?
Yeah, Woo.
Whoa, who this is?
My name AJ, Woo.
AJ, what time, little bro? Whoa, bro.
Hello?
Whoa, you know this is, right?
Yeah, Woo.
On this 12 o'clock, right?
They gotta keep saying whoa.
Yeah, stopping there 20 seconds in. Just
Wait a minute, they gotta keep saying whoa. Who this is? Whoa, this is it. Why do they gotta keep saying whoa? Is there a reason why they keep saying whoa, y'all? Is that what she was talking about, the gang word that they use? That's a gang word, code TAC. Harley John, I know you're not coming in here talking crap like that. I told you about that word, dude. Don't come in here with that word. Don't come in here. You're about to get blocked. I unblocked you. Now you're going to come in here with that mess. Harley, you have not been in here in a while, so you need to cool it.
Just for the record, the gentleman that said, you know who this is, right? Who's that that's speaking?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I know that.
Oh, look, somebody just hit me, right?
Yeah.
And they got now, y'all supposed to make time I got now doing something to Lil Lee, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's up with that?
Nah, I don't even know who that is. That never came out my mouth.
For real?
On 10, that never came out my mouth. I don't even know who you talking about. But I know exactly what you talking about, but I don't even know Charlotte.
Yeah. I don't even know what it is. You know Charlotte Town, right?
No, I ain't even know that. Well, I don't even know what you talking about. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. It just don't hit my ear, right? And they don't stop me, your Instagram and shit, right? I'm pull up on Lil Bun and just holler, right?
Nah, hell no. Well, I ain't even know that. Well, you know, on Thursday, everything might be easy.
Nah, I already know. I already know they won't pulling up, right?
Yeah.
And then I get out the phone with Thursday, right? I was telling him I was pulling up on you, right? He on the same thing, right? He like, man, when you doing that, bro? On that, all right?
For sure.
Yeah. For a nigga, nigga go ahead and dead that situation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell both of them the same shit, cause I ain't say that, but I know who said that. So I'm saying, so if you pulling up on me, so I'm gonna repeat it.
Man, go ahead and dead that. I'm trying to go ahead and dead that. That's immediately, right? If they need to holler at me, just pull up on me, right? Yeah. Go on, get on that, and then just hit me back right quick.
For sure.
Hey, look, bro.
Yeah, well.
Hey, who said it though?
Yeah, I don't even know no bro, but shit, it was supposed to be, he did some crazy shit, but some shit that I'm not gonna say on the phone type shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Man, FaceTime, I'm finna FaceTime.
Alright, Mark.
And who was that at the end of the call that said, I'm going to FaceTime you?
I believe Mr. Sanders and AJ both say they're going to FaceTime each other because they don't want to talk on the phone about it.
And what preceded that? Why didn't they want to talk on the phone about it?
Objection, speculation.
That is speculation, sustained.
All right, well, what did you hear them say immediately before they said they didn't want to talk on the phone about it?
That Lee had done some crazy shit, some shit he's not going to talk on the phone about.
Okay. And there's also a reference during that call, Mr. Sanders said that to dead that?
Correct.
That was Sanders that said that?
Correct.
What does that mean?
To stop the plan to harm Mr. Caldwell.
And this is what Sanders is telling AJ?
Correct.
And were you able to, as a gang expert, through listening to that call and the contextual details that were provided, determine who AJ may have been, that he would have been able to carry out that request on behalf of Mr. Sanders?
Based on the context of the call and some of the terms that were used during the call, it sounded like a younger member of the gang.
And which gang would that be?
OMF or Goodfellas.
Okay. Okay, now, moving right along here, if we look at, and this is, again, a subset of the social media that you obtained.
But what happened?
They just going too much.
All right, now, going back to the subset of or a portion of the social media that you obtained your investigation here on slide 50, where did you obtain this right here?
This is from Mr. Caldwell's phone extraction.
Okay, and what are we looking at? What is this?
So after Mr. Sanders, I can tell from the time of the call and the time of the records, if you look at the slide 49 prior to this, you can see there's a series of phone calls that happen between Mr. Primrose, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Traydon Crawford. Video calls take place. But ultimately, Mr. Caldwell had, like he was told to do, messaged Mr. Primrose and was sent the message in question about people talking about harming them.
Okay, so those wiretap calls, 4292 and 4293, that we just listened to, they concerned a group chat with a LaShawn Primrose as a participant.
Correct.
And when you looked at Mr. Caldwell's phone, you found a bunch of call logs that included various parties with whom Mr. Caldwell was speaking, including LaShawn Primrose.
Correct.
And these would have been, looks like starting just after midnight on August 3rd, 2024?
No, this has been, there was additional calls prior to this, but this is adjusted for UTC.
Okay. So August 3rd at 4:12 a.m. UTC time, that'd be about 12 minutes after midnight Eastern time?
No, it's already been adjusted for UTC.
Is that what UTC plus 0 means in parentheses next?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so anyway, you have this log of phone calls, right, that you extracted from Mr. Caldwell's phone, and then you already told us here on slide 50, you also found this. What was this right here?
Yeah, that's
This was what he was sent by, or the information that Mr. Primrose had received, that was sent to
no.
Mr. Caldwell.
This is
to
not this is not to indict little baby. This has to do with the OMF people. This is not for PF. For PF. This is OMF. This is regarding the little boys that the teenagers that were unalived last year on July 2nd. That's for those guys. They're the opposite of Lil Baby. Because remember, the police officer was blaming Lil Baby because Lil Baby was in their territory with doing a video. And so they're saying that's what ignited it. Ignited the whole thing. Okay? All right, sorry.
Trayvon Crawford's also named. And in the call log, you'll see almost a 2-hour FaceTime call happens between him and Mr. Caldwell after receiving this.
Right.
I'm sorry, Mr. Crawford.
And that's here.
I'm sorry, that's Trayvon.
Trayvon Crawford, sorry.
I apologize.
Thank you. And again, here on slide 49, you added these names: the Trayvon Crawford, the Queonte Sanders, the Adante Thomas, the Deontay Phillips, LaShawn Primrose. You added all those names.
Correct.
And third from the bottom, there's a FaceTime call, and that's 2 hours, 20 minutes long, and 22 seconds. That's the call that you're referring to?
Correct.
All right, and these here on the left, we go to slide 50, and the left-hand slide, there's looks like text message, portions of a text message conversation. It says few night.
Correct.
What was that in Caldwell's phone?
That's how Mr. Primrose's contact was saved. I believe Mr. Sanders refers to him as nephew, so that would be few night, few from nephew, midnight.
Okay. All right, so as you continued with the wiretap investigation, you then intercepted a call 4547?
Yes.
All right, and what was the date of that call?
I'd need the slide back up so I can give you the exact date.
If you had a copy of your PowerPoint presentation, would it refresh your memory?
It would.
All right. Here you go. Oh, here you go, sorry. Kind of running out of copies of this. Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
I had investigator Viveritto. Here's a copy of your PowerPoint presentation. If you could please look at that and let me know when you've arrived.
Do you have any more?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor. I don't think I made
Sorry.
copies.
Looks like August 7th of 2024.
Okay. And who are the parties to this call?
Mr. Sanders and his ex-wife, Lakeisha Sanders.
Okay. And we'll be starting this call at about 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the conversation.
Put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
All right. So right off, who was that was speaking right there?
Mr. Sanders.
Okay.
I put the 3D glasses on, so you know I don't count.
Period.
When he got some of that shit in there, y'all gonna see. I'm goddamn tell Open City apart. There ain't gonna be no more folk up when I get down with that shit.
All right, now that mention of tearing Oakland City apart. That was Mr. Sanders that said that?
It was, yes.
And where is Oakland City?
It's in the
All right,
zone
we
4 area
listened
of
to this
Atlanta.
already.
The crime scene would fall inside Oakland City. It's Lee
We
Street.
listened to this already. We listened to this. All right, I think that's it because I can't figure out which one I haven't listened to, which one I've listened to. So we're about to end this because because some of it is because we were listening to the audio, and now I have the video ready to play. Sounds like I'm repeating stuff. So good people, I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off, and you guys have a great afternoon. I will be coming back to talk about the other stuff. Some other things that's brewing. You guys heard that 911 call, right? With the whole scooter situation. Oh, Lord have mercy. The thing that got me with that call, they had to transfer her. She was in DeKalb County. They had to transfer the call, but then she's saying that she was on a neighborhood watch and that she was watching what was going on with that person. Man, this is crazy. And then she gets on saying that she was abused, but you lied on the call, regardless of what. You lied. You made it into a third person. You should have said it was you. But anyway, it's enough. All right, guys, good people. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the infamous channel. We'll be back in court. Next week is going to be a busy week in court. We got Mr. Kendrick is back in court on the 9th. You have the Goodfellas that are going to be back on Monday. We have a lot. And then I got court on Friday myself. So we got a lot to discuss. And I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow I got another one of those gig thing. But this one's a little bit better. This is going to be inside. I did this one before. All right. Good day, everybody. Love you guys. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent one from another. Amen. Have a great one. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign and joys we'll go gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family. not just to show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the